Oh, oh yeah, baby. Oh. Wait a minute. It snows in Canada? Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. This is where I'm thinking of putting the sawmill barn. That's a 26-foot ruler right there. The plan for the sawmill barn is to make a 30-footer, incorporating a bay that is 22 feet open on the front so that I can get up to a 20-foot log in on the sawmill. My sawmill is currently 16 feet, but I'm going to add a 4-foot track to it. As you can see in the background, there's the cabin, there's the tent, and the giant Musashi's fire shed over there. You can see, that's 26 feet. We only need 4 more feet for the barn. The barn is going to be 10 feet wide, so that'd be easy to fit it in right there. We're going to knock most of the stuff down here, except there's a maple tree there, 1 birch, and then there's a maple over there. All the rest of these little trees, we can take these guys out.
I am James ALOFS. I left the big city to build an off-grid homestead on 40 acres of Canadian wilderness. This area of Ontario has giant ridgelines, deep valleys, and pure rivers. Black bears, gray wolves, mountain lions, moose, and many forest spirits share the land. I started in November 2023. Starting with a modest 12 by 16 foot guest cabin, my goal is to build such a glorious homestead that I attract a magnificent wife, have several military-grade babies, and raise our Swiss mountain dog Clovis. Welcome to Wild Homestead. Nine meters, 61 centimeters. This is 9 meters, 33. It's off about 10 inches. Oh, nice. We moved in the right direction. So 9 meters, 46.
Hey, buddy, what you doing? What you doing? Hey.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Clovis. Did you have a good sleep? Did you have a good sleep, buddy? Yeah. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Sit, sit. Okay. Hi, good morning, Clovis. You got the hiccups, buddy? We got the fire roaring. We got a little snow coming down. And I'm just finishing up some design changes on the sawmill barn. I will update you guys in a moment. Oh, yeah, buddy, yeah.
So I got Clovis of this new bed. That we got bear spray all over his other one, and it even after taking off the cover, the interior part was still making me sneeze like crazy. So this, guys, is going to be the side of the sawmill. Now, what I've laid out so far is 32 feet by 10 feet, and I went on an entire research mission last night. I posted to the YouTube channel asking for advice because the plan was to have a 24-foot opening on this side, right? Because I'm going to get a 4-foot extension for the sawmill. The sawmill currently can do 16 feet of logs. I'm going to extend it up to 20 feet. So I wanted 24-foot opening to be able to log, to be able to load logs on and off of the sawmill easily. But then the problem becomes is how do you span that, right? Beam over an unsupported opening that large. So anyways, I got through to my crazy Uncle Colin, the architect. I also went in to see an engineering firm in town, and I'm going to pay them a few $100 to give me basically an official kind of plan for the barn to make sure things are to code and things are properly supported, because there's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. There was several YouTube channels I looked at in terms of people, building sawmill barns. And I'm really glad that I went into the engineering firm and talked to those guys, because it's an easy, quick job for them. It's not very much. It's a few $100, but going to get ironclad kind of plans and advice. So anyways, I spent about 2 hours there with them. And I'm going to change it up to see if I can get the dimensions I want. Going to try to make it bigger. And I think the solution for the unsupported span is very cool, 38 feet by 38 feet. Hi, buddy. Hi.
Are you cold there, Clovis?
Do you want to go back inside, buddy? Whoa!
Hey, buddy. You gonna help me come cook a steak here? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not for you, buddy. Those are the apples. Those are the apples.
I think we got time for one more tonight, guys. Let's go. Good boy. Right. Right.
Clovis, we gonna go out in the snow, buddy? We're gonna take you for your morning walk, your morning run through the woods. What do you think? What do you think?
Is this where it goes? Yes. Go. Go. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Oh my goodness, guys, I've been having trouble with walking him and him keeping the leash in his mouth. You know what I mean? And just now, I basically squeezed his snout, and I took literally 5 or 6 times squeezing his snout until he yelped. And then he'd start grabbing the leash again. I did it again. He'd start grabbing the leash again, etc. But finally, on the 6th time, he dropped the leash. And this is literally the first time that I've walked him where he's not holding the leash in his mouth. So, you know, carrot and the stick, man. Nice. What are you eating there, buddy? Watch out, buddy. Watch out. Watch out. Oh my god, you can't see this thing at all. Holy cowabunga, guys. I just had to pull over my truck on the side of the road. I just found out my favorite history podcast, The Rest is History, is doing an 8-part series on the Franks, the rise of the Franks, basically from Clovis, who my dog is named after, to Charlemagne. And you got to check it out. It's a fascinating arc of story. You know, hopefully they go into detail about pre-Clovis. Clovis, you know, he accomplished amazing things. He unified all the Frankish tribes and basically conquered, you know, what was Roman Gaul. But he would be unable to do what he did if it were not for his father, Childeric, and then his grandfather, Merovech. Those were two interesting characters. They were both kings of the Salian Franks, which essentially were the Franks the group of tribes that lived right adjacent to the sea, north of the Roman border. And Merovech was very interesting because he actually he allied with the Romans to fight against Attila and the Huns in the Battle of the Catalonian Plains. So he was a very interesting character himself, that they won, by the way. They finally defeated Attila and the Huns, which they looked like they were an unstoppable force and they were going to swallow the Western Roman Empire, but they stopped them. So anyways, it's fascinating, including all the story up to Charlemagne. You know, Charlemagne's forebears, I think it was Charles Martel, aka Charles the Hammer, and I think it was Pepin the Short was his father, and Charles Martel was the grandfather. But it's the same situation, kind of like Alexander the Great, you know, could not have done all he did if it wasn't for his father, Philip II of Macedon, kind of giving him the keys to a very good war machine, you know, before he got started himself. Or Augustus, you know, could not have done what he did if it was not for Julius Caesar before him. So anyways, they're doing an 8-part series. Generally, the Rest is History podcast would be about an hour long. So they're going to do close to 8 hours on the Franks. So I'm pretty jazzed. Clovis and I will definitely be listening. So definitely check that out. The Rest is History on whatever podcast player you listen on.
Nice.
Guten Morgen, Zeros, Moin, Hallo und Halloken. So guys, we've got the first four of the 8 concrete pier pads, level, straight, all lined up right here. Now, before we do the next 4, we're going to change up the method. I made the mistake. I should have kept it covered with the plywood, each one of these, because the snow on top of the gravel, there's a thin crust of frost, which wouldn't be there. It's about 0 right now. It's going to be a high of 1 today. And the next 4 days is basically going to be the same. It's going to be between 0 and 1. And then after that, it's going to get really cold. So we basically have 4 more days to do this, and there's 2 more, albeit much smaller foundations that I want to do. So I had to make the executive decision to have one of my neighbors. She offered, I actually saw her out on the road, and I told her, you know, I was rushing to get this done, and she offered actually to watch Clovis for a few days. So she's got 2 old yellow labs who are very calm and mellow, and they're very well behaved. So I think that he's in good hands in terms of a doggy daycare situation. And to be honest, it'll probably be good for him to get a little socialization with other dogs and other humans. But, you know, it's going to be a big help because just, you know, running him in the morning and at night and during the day, even taking him out for 3 like 45-minute kind of activity bursts, it's just, we gotta rush right now to finish this. So if there was no snow, oh my goodness, this would be going, I think, a lot faster, but the snow just makes it more challenging. So that's totally fine. You know, there's an ancient philosopher from the Caribbean. I believe his name was Billy Ocean. And he said, when the snowing gets tough, the tough gets snowing. And that's exactly what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Always listen to Sir Billy Ocean. I love the smell of propane in the morning. Smells like victory. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah, ladies and gents. Up. Nice, nice, nice. Nice.
Would you look at that? So it's about +1, +2. All the snow is falling off the trees. It's beautiful as all can imagine right now. My goodness. So guys, I've jerry-rigged up this little brace. So we're going to be doing the final square check on the 4 corners. It should be close, but we might need to shimmy them. Basically, this one's locked in. So all the blocks are level right now, and these are all spaced properly as well. So this row, I'm going to leave these 5 stones. If we need to shift the line to the left or the right to make it square diagonally, I will shift these 3 stones. It's just less work. So this, make sure it's
38 feet and 9 inches. Oh my God. That's not bad, guys. Yeah, so if we're off only an inch on the diagonal. So we're 38.8 and 38.9. So if we're off an inch on the diagonal, that means I think on the whatever horizontal lengthwise, you need to shift a quarter of that same distance from my research. So that means we're off by only a quarter of an inch in terms of the alignment of the 2 things. Now, with how finicky these concrete pier pads are, it's very likely that if I try to move all 3 of these a quarter of an inch this way or that way, I'm going to probably overdo it. I'll probably end up doing it a full inch. So I think what we need to do next is shore up these stones as best as we can. So I'm going to be taking the gravel from that post spot that I deleted. So the dimensions we're dealing with, it's 36 feet long and it's 14 feet wide. We've got 5 support pillars on the back. We've got 3 support pillars on the front. I actually made this span, instead of 24, I made it 26 feet. After talking to the structural engineer, there's several solutions that we can get to span this unsupported safely. Okay, folks, it's about midday. We've just reinforced each one of the pads here with more gravel. Got a little bit of sand in there, just on the top. They got mixed in as I got to the bottom of our spare little gravel pit there. We're getting some snow falling off that birch tree onto that pad. But holy cowabunga, folks. This was quite the struggle. Nice. Oh, out of batteries. Nikes. Oops. So you see, folks, the 9x9 square is oriented so it's facing exactly this way, which is, you can't see it now, there's snow, but that's the river. This is where the river bends and then it goes that way. That's where we built the sauna foundation over there. This is like looking right at, there's the river, there's the sauna foundation, and then the rapids are over there. So we got to trim back trees, but this is a pretty epic view. The cliff actually gets, like, the main home is going to be just over there. That's overlooking the river. But the cliffside gets taller and taller the further you get back. If the cliff is 30 feet over there where we walk down, this is like at least 40 feet. Holy cow. Okay, that was a pretty big root. Hopefully that take... Geez, the ground is still so warm. It's so soft, you know? I mean, the air today is about, I think, 0. So that's why this is all still flowing. Oh my God, this view. Heavy. Let's go! Oh yeah, that's hot. Oh yeah, that's hot. We got the insulated tarp. This is stage one. I'm gonna run this like for probably 30 minutes. Dude, it's like 80 degrees under here. So got some very good news when we were in the hardware store this morning buying the concrete. I had a fellow come up to me, ask me if I needed help, and he seemed to be like one of those knowledgeable types. So, you know, I told him what I was doing. He's like, yeah. He's like, that'll work. And then he said that he had some kind of like controller for his Christmas lights on his house. And the controller was in a box underground, and for some reason he needed to keep it heated if the ground was below a certain temperature. So he had a thermometer sticking in the ground that he can read, and he dusted it off this morning. It's stuck about 6 inches down the ground, and he said the ground 6 inches down was 55 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect because on the Quikrete website, it says that Quikrete, the ideal curing temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly 10 degrees to 20 degrees Celsius. So it sounds like, you know, the ground is still warm. That was my hypothesis, you know, from doing research, that the ground is essentially what the air temperature was 2 weeks ago. Let's go, baby. Hello, sunshine. We literally just blazed this trail, I think 2 days ago. This was just thick brush.
There we go.
Oh no. Well, folks, we got one more bag left, so let's see. We're praying. Okay, as you guys can see, I don't know if you can see all the way down there, but that got basically 75% up on these two sides. It's actually three sides. This side, it's only, I'd say, 50%, so we're gonna need at least one more bag. We got a rocket into town. I'm gonna get 2 more bags before I put any water in there. This guy, you would not believe how hot it is. I've actually like closed it right up. You can see on these two. It is so warm down there. Ladies and gents, this is just hot. It's gotta be 75 or 80 degrees in here. Bonsoir, mes amis. Allez, zutalo!
that stuff's really hard. It's really hard already. It says the top should basically set its initial cure in 20 minutes.
No way! It's still going! What a miracle! That was 8 hours. Wow. Wow.
Guten Morgen. So guys, the warming blanket's going on the foundations here. I think we're doing good. The generator's firing. Now for the last foundation that we need to do is for the cabin extension. This is going to involve a lot of digging. It's going to be very cold very soon, so we need to dig this quickly, and it's a lot of digging. I don't know if I can do this by myself. You know, I think the best thing to do is to ask the gods for some help. Hopefully they can send us someone. Gods, please send us someone to help us dig the cabin extension foundation. Please, we need your assistance. The gods no longer favor us, ladies and gentlemen. They've sent us no one. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we can finish this cabin extension foundation in time. Adam Ruzzo!
The gods have sent me. I've come to help you dig your foundation.
Wow, guys, this is my old buddy, famous Ontarian folk singer and log cabin builder, Adam Ruzzo. Long time no see, my friend.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm
Here
glad.
we are.
Yes, I'm glad the gods have sent you. So Adam built a cabin by hand here and also in central Ontario. And he was a big inspiration for me and a big mentor in my cabin building experience. So the fact that he's here to help us build the foundation for the cabin extension, that's amazing, buddy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's go, man.
go.
Let's go. The week before I picked up my dog Clovis, there was a dog killed for moving snow.
Pretty useless. Hello.
Better than nothing. Yeah, because I find the snow sticks to those things. Log above it.
Okay.
There we go. Like this was going to be the cemetery decades ago, or even recently they considered.
Like, who knows when? Within the last couple decades. Fun.
You see these spikes?
Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
Oh, yeah, there's. Oof. Yeah. At the same time.
This is how 90% of forestry accidents.
Yeah. Idiots throwing logs.
Idiots throwing logs. I think this mound is just organic. Oh yeah, thank God. I'm shocked. Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's just this organic matter, and then it gets down to pure sand.
But wait, there's more. Oh my God.
Oh, dude, yes.
Oh yeah.
What a beast. Because what I did when I was whenever it snowed, when I was living in here, the snow would just melt right off as it was landing.
Yeah.
Because I basically have a fire kind of petering all day.
Right.
Dude.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, is that the pipe there? Yeah. Is the damper? Yeah, the damper is still there.
Beautiful.
Thing had leaned up against this flap that was rolled up. And it was the flap rolled up that caught on fire. Voila. Okay. We're good? Yep. So wait, you lived with your girlfriend in a tent when you were building your cabin?
I hope I didn't leave my. Oh, there you go. Sweet.
First time that's the. Oh, it smells. I can smell the cedar.
A lot of snow on that. What a nice night.
Yeah, dude, you see that ridge line? Like, once I chop down a few select trees,
Oh yeah, it's kind of nice even, yeah, with the trees there.
that's the thing. It's kind of like you can just see snippets of it. Maybe that pin just goes on. How did you like the Beaver Valley survival course that you did?
That was good. I mean, we just pretty much had free reign.
Yeah,
We go off on our own, made our own schedules.
that's cool.
Home base was a hut in the forest.
Really? Yeah. How did you build the hut? Like out of they gave amphetamines to like RAF pilots and like German like Panzer divisions and stuff in World War II.
Really?
Yeah, like
You can feel it.
dude.
Yes.
Is this the hat you were wearing all day?
Yeah, man.
Muskox fur?
Yeah. And so you harvest them in the winter.
But
Yeah.
the grammar is actually easier.
Yeah.
Double strength.
Oh yeah. That's the real deal.
So your cabin, man. Like you grew up in the Toronto area. You went to school, U of T, right?
Went to U of T.
And what did you study there?
Music.
Music.
Classical guitar performance.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. You get really specialized once you get into that world, so.
So how did you become interested in like backcountry stuff and like the wilderness and outdoors if you grew up in the GTA?
We grew up doing it. Like nothing too hardcore, but we'd go camping and we'd go, like one of our family members had a simple little cottage up in the Bancroft area. But I didn't know anything about construction. Not a thing. I hardly used a drill.
What are kind of the basic parameters of your cabin?
So it was all balsam fir logs. The foundation and roof were conventional. And and that means the floor too. The foundation was just like dug down under the living layer on cottage pads, but then 6x6 pressure treated beams, a huge frame, super strong. And it was a good couple feet off the ground. So there's a lot of storage space underneath. And then it was like a 2x10 floor. We built the doors. I had one guy help me basically. That was a really good help. It was about a 10x24 span. So it's kind of long and narrow.
You ended up living there for 3 years, and then you ended up selling your property, selling your cabin. Now that you're living in Quebec City in this amazing old apartment, but now you want to go do the cabin life again. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're going to do it on YouTube.
I'm going to do it on YouTube this time because the first time my cabin, I didn't do any YouTube videos on my first thing.
Because I mean, I think it's going to be super interesting because this is going to be round 2.0.
2.0.
And
Cabin 2.0.
Cabin 2.0,
Yeah.
which is a house.
Yeah.
But like just all of your, when you're doing things and talking about this is how I did it before, this is how I'm doing it now. That's going to be really, really interesting.
Okay, buddy, here's the shovel, and thanks so much for your help.
Absolutely. Anytime, man.
Yeah? Yeah. So, how you getting home, man? What do you mean? Where's your car? Like, how you getting home?
Did you not see how I got in here?
No.
Dude, I'm a wizard. I fly on the shovel. Wait, you don't believe me?
No, I believe, yeah. Well,
All right. See you later, man. I'm going to fly away now. You take care. Hey, watch this. Abracadabra!
Okay, folks. We got our 3 pegs properly spaced from the existing foundation. We got the proper clearances on every side. That was an extra few hours after our friend Adam Ruzzo has left, just to polish it off. Now, this is interesting because this earthen section that's maybe 24 inches wide is literally holding in this wall of gravel. Now, the gravel does come out to about here. So it is a full kind of 18 inches from the center of these pads. But I'm just worried that if I clear this area away, that these stones are going to sink down. You know what I mean? So what I'm thinking is leave this section here, maybe dig out some of the organic matter right where the log sections will go for the extension, but otherwise leave it.
Dude, 15, 6 3/4. So it's within half an inch. Are you kidding me?
Got the 1,000-yard stare. Guys, I think all the foundations are done. Hello, Mr. Clovis. Hey, buddy. Hi. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you think of all the snow? Yeah, it's nice, right? Did you have a fun time with the other dogs? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. We had to finish the foundations. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Are you sleepy? You were sleepy in the truck. Yeah, you were going to sleep. Look at that, just checking the alignment of the back row. I've got a 14-foot 2x6, and it's looking snug as a bug, ladies and gents. The posts are oriented correctly. Yeah, so 1/2 inch off. We'll probably just tap her. Jake tap her CNN. What do you think, Clovis? This took several hours to realign these things, to double check. I had to shift a few of the pads, but I think it's all looking really nice and trim. So originally for the extension, I wanted to go 12 by 12 feet, right? The cabin's 12 feet wide, and then to go 12 feet back, that'd be really easy because all the logs would be the same length that you required. But basically got back to this point, there's some major root systems. And I think unless, we have a tractor, it'd be really hard to take a lot of that stuff out. So I went back 10 feet. I figure that'll make the cabin 26 feet long. Will be 12 by 26. That'll be a really nice size. And this is, where we'll put the shower and the bathroom and storage space and whatnot. But, I got, Clovis, I got down after Adam Ruzzo, my buddy, helped me clear down to the mineral soil. But once getting down, the gravel delivery company basically said it might be a few weeks. It might be, we can't deliver you any more gravel this year. When Adam was here, Adam Ruzzo, as we were digging, he said, man, he said, my cabin is not directly on top of concrete pier pads like yours. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, I've actually got chunks of post sitting in these 6x6 post holders on top of the concrete pier pads. And basically he created a frame on the bottom beneath his cabin with 6x6s. Hey, buddy, you were sleepy. So, the idea is there's going to be a beam from that pier pad back to here, the same in the middle, the same on the other side, and then there's going to be a beam all the way across the back. And anywhere there's overlap between the beams, there's going to be a lap joint, and then also lap joints connecting the two long beams into the bottom log over there, and then we will build our logs up and then have the same level roof, I believe. So once we get going on this and we've got the sawmill and then milling up logs, this should go pretty fast. I can confirm that Clovis is a Swiss Mountain Dog. He loves the snow. He is not a fake Swiss Mountain Dog. Clovis? So, folks, I've made the call. This site, which was originally going to be for the forest gym, is going to be the sauna. We're going to switch places with the foundation we built down by the river. That's going to become the forest gym, and this will be the sauna. So I saw a lot of your guys' feedback last week about the sauna site down there, and there's a lot of folks saying the risk of flooding is extremely high. It's just going to get washed away. I don't necessarily think flooding is that big of a risk down there. So I walked the area with one of my neighbors who has a sauna down by the same river. And he's like, I think he's been in this valley for 40 years. His sauna's been there for 20. And he said, listen, he's like, as long as you put it up on minimum 1 foot posts above the spot the 2 spots we were looking,
He's like, you should be fine. He said if it was him, he would put him up on 2-foot posts. So that's what we did. We did 24-inch posts down there. And there's never huge floods kind of beyond that level in this valley, at least, you know, in his 40 years of experience here. But I do think what is correct is erosion over time. That entire bank in, I don't know, could it be 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, it might just disappear. I think putting the gym down there makes more sense. A gym is just essentially a raised platform with a roof over it. And then, you know, there's going to be a squat rack and dumbbells and an adjustable bench and that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to do down there, because if that does get eroded away over 10, 20, 30 years, whatever, it's just a platform with a roof, right? There's not that much intricacy or volume of material in a building like that.
And I actually think for the sauna that this site is pretty epic. So this is 9 by 9 feet, and we can always have more space to put off a deck or something. But I'll try to pop up the drone. This is going to be, if we cut off some few select trees, we can still see the river. So if we have a big all glass front on the front of the sauna, it's going to be an epic view, especially in the morning with the sun rising over there and just, you know, the view out over the ridgeline. I think this is going to be a great location for the sauna. And then finally, the piece de resistance is the sawmill and tool shed combo. It's going to be 36 feet long and 14 feet wide. Honestly, this has been one of the toughest weeks here on Wild Homestead, just because it's been such slow slogging. There's so much I didn't film just because I was battling the elements, trying to get these foundations in. It's wild because a week ago, right, when we were doing the foundation for the sauna, but which is now going to be the forest gym down by the river, that week it was plus 10 degrees, you know, like every day, and raining, and then bam, you know, a week later it's -6 and we get a ton of snow. So I think I missed the timing by about a week. I mean, we still got it done. We still got it done. The ground was not frozen, but I think we missed the timing by about a week. Thanks to Adam Ruzzo for coming out this week. It was great to have him here. Guys, check out Adam Ruzzo. Links in the description. Thanks for watching this week, everybody. We'll see you next week. It's going to be a very difficult winter because of the La Nina effect. If last year was drier and warmer, this year is going to be heavier snow and much colder. So it's going to be a wild ride, baby. But I'm looking forward to it. And if life ever gets you down, if you ever found yourself frozen underneath a 6-foot snowbank, or there's a pack of wolves about to devour you, just remember the following 7 words and 9 syllables. Ooga, booga.